How's it going there, everyone? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing us a brand new Pokemon Sun and Moon anime discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we are going to be talking about episode 3 and episode 4 that was involved at today's week. And I have to say, these episodes were actually pretty entertaining for this week, guys, due to the fact that in episode 3, guys, I would believe that this episode was more of the highlighted episode of this week, due to the fact that in episode 3, it was more of a battle-oriented episode, and it was much more of a sinister look in the Pokemon Aioli region. I am not lying to you guys, due to one certain type of Pokemon that literally stood out throughout the whole entire episode. And I thought to myself, it kind of broke the barriers out of the Pokemon world that we haven't really seen, and kind of went along with a very, I would say, a lore involved with the Pokemon world itself that will probably be continued throughout the rest of the series. But like I said though, episode 3, like I said, is the one that's really stood out. While meanwhile, episode 4 was a little bit diminished after, due to the fact that episode 3 came out. Due to the fact, like I said, because it was a battle-oriented chapter. But the next episode, episode 4 just didn't really catch my eye at that as much. But because episode 3 and 4 was involved, I would say in the theme of both of them was actually Ash trying to capture a brand new Pokemon. That was basically the bulk of, I would say, the themes of both episodes. But as individual episodes, I would say episode 3 stood out better in my opinion. Now, episode 3, guys, it really was involved with actually at first Ash Ketchum trying to capture Pokemon, but before that he was given a Pokedex, and before the Pokedex, every region, like I said, every trainer gets a Pokedex, but with this region it's very different. As we get the first time, Rotom, the Pokemon, actually goes inside the Pokedex and actually helps Ash along the way in his travels. The episode kind of briefly explained a little bit as to what they were doing with the Pokedex in itself. It's the same thing as every time, but think of this. Think of like the Pokedex with a smart aleck attitude. Think of it like that. Because think of it like this as well. You know that one kid in your high school class, or your coworkers, or your group of friends, or like any group of associates that you're around. Granted, think of Rotom as that one person that is really awkward with people, but is a very smart person, but it has like social anxiety. Like, think of it like that. That's how I kind of picture Rotom, as like that TV trope that's a smart person, but like it just doesn't understand the fabric of society or the society rules. Because like I said, remember, Rotom is a Pokemon itself, but like I said, the trope that he goes around with, and he's very comical in a sense too, as he's kind of like the one that, he's kind of like the icebreaker of the group that's involved every time Rotom comes out. And it's funny because every time the trainers or Ash, every time a brand new Pokemon comes out, everybody's like, oh, this Pokemon is this, and like I feel like the trainers already know. But Rotom comes in out of nowhere saying, oh, let me do it because it's my job. Like, as they're saying, like, oh, snap, I'm not doing my job right. And I'm here thinking, like, you don't have to do it all the freaking time. But like I said, that just goes back to the trope of him being the comical character. Like, as it's saying that, oh, he forgets that he's a robot. He's an actual living being. That's why it kind of goes along with that trope. But I like the way they're kind of using Rotom as a Pokedex, because we're not going to be seeing Rotom as a Pokemon in itself. And granted though, he's always taking pictures, he interacts with the Pokemon itself. Like I said, it's a very different style that they're kind of going with the Pokédex itself in this brand new region, and I'm kind of liking that. Like I said, it's much attractive, much more fun, and actually grabs the viewer actually interacting with the Pokédex entries itself. Like I said, it's very entertaining to see how they're going along with that. Now granted though, like I said, that was just the little bit of the episodes in Self 3 and 4 with Rotom itself. Like I said, he's going to be prevalent throughout the rest of the episodes itself. But episode 3 was really more of, yes, dare I say it, guys, dare I say it, Mimikyu. Mimikyu was involved in episode 3 and 4. And 4, he was just he wasn't as prevalent as he was in episode 3, but episode 3 was more as exploiting this character of who or what it is, and to see what kind of emotions it goes through. Like I said, it was a very powerful episode on all about Mimikyu. From right there, after the exjoin and explanation of Rotom the Pokédex, it was literally all about Mimikyu. And the thing about that too, that was actually being helpful, that kind of gave Mimikyu a very dark lore with Mimikyu itself, was because Team Rocket actually landed in the Alola region as well. And a lot of you folks are going to be wondering, like, what is Team Rocket even doing here? But they actually gave them a little side story. And basically, the Team Rocket leader, Giovanni, wants Team Rocket to expand into a lower region and grab Pokemon from there so they could study it, etc., etc. And Meowth goes back to his regular shenanigans of the Persian being loved by Team Rocket's Giovanni. Like I said, it was kind of like they're bringing a little bit of the old school flair back into it. But the new look on Team Rocket actually kind of fits the Alola region, as they kind of look a little bit more evil. By that I say look, not necessarily their antics are evil in the sense, because in episode 3 they weren't necessarily as evil as one would think. In episode 4, yeah, they were a little bit, and like I would say, they were trying to be more on trying to be doing some heinous crimes. But I feel like in episode 3 and 4, Team Rocket wasn't really as relevant as it was. They just seemed that I'm assuming the authors and animators wanted to give Mimikyu a role in the anime itself, and Team Rocket was the perfect place where actually Mimikyu can actually be exploited for the type of Pokemon that is. Like I said, it's a ghost and fairy type, so which kind of gives it that dark lore, and it kind of fits perfectly with Team Rocket's actually antics as well, as Mimikyu is actually a very serious Pokemon, and with Mimikyu, with that seriousness kind of blends in with the comical sense of Team Rocket's clever shenanigans. Like I said, it kind of balances itself out. Which, by the way, I'm hoping they're not gonna give Mimikyu that kind of sense too. I'm hoping it doesn't go through that comical route, because Mimikyu in episode 3 was very much explained. Like I said, very entertaining to see it. It battled Pikachu for Pete's sake, and Pikachu was having a hard time, and also Meowth was actually even battling Mimikyu as well. And Meowth was actually explaining throughout the whole entire episode that, whoa, this Pokemon is actually saying some scary things, like, whoa, be quiet, like, Meowth was actually frightened by the fact that Mimikyu was speaking, and even when Mimikyu, the Pokemon, was speaking, it still sounded creepy to any viewer that would watch it. The way that it was actually, the sounds that were coming out of it, the music and background that was always involved with it, like I said, it just gave it that kind of creepy and mysterious vibe out of it. But dare I say it, Meowth even looked underneath the cloth. Remember, in the Pokedex entries, it says that supposedly, like, I would say a scientist or some kind of theorist, or a scholar, if I remember correctly, they looked under Mimikyu's cloth and apparently died of that. They went along with that route in episode 3, guys, and I am not lying to you. Meowth did the same thing too, because he was battling it, of course, out of Team Rocket, because Team Rocket didn't have any other Pokemon, and they literally explained it that right there and then Meowth literally was dying. Meowth was dying, like, legitly. If it wasn't for James and Jesse actually spraying water on his face and bringing him back to life, Meowth literally was actually gonna die because he saw Mimikyu's soul, from what we know. And like I said, Mimikyu, I think it was saying that they wanted to kill everybody, because Meowth, every time he was near Mimikyu, he was saying, just don't say those things. That just sounds very creepy. Like I'm here thinking, like, man, that Mimikyu is really angry at the world. Like I said, it's just hilarious that it perfectly fits with Team Rocket's lore itself right there and then. Like I said, I'm loving how they're actually going with Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Now, granted though, in episode 4, like I said, it wasn't that it was diminished to the fact that, like I said, Mimikyu, they actually explained more of it in episode 3. But in episode 4, it was basically Ash trying to capture again another Pokemon, and in episode 3, he didn't capture no one, as he was trying to capture Mimikyu. But it seems that it went along with actually Team Rocket itself. In episode 4, though, Team Rocket does actually capture Mimikyu due to the help of Beware's actual presence, due to the fact that Beware actually captured Team Rocket, and it had like a little comical skits along with it. But Mimikyu itself, guys, like I said, it was even hard for Team Rocket to capture, and we got to see a luxury ball thrown at it, and it was captured. Loving the fact that they're actually bringing different types of Pokeballs in the Pokemon anime, as to say that, it's not just regular Pokeballs that could be only involved. They bring a lot of other Pokeballs involved as well. I'm loving that how they're actually going along with that lore itself with Pokemon very early on in these actual episodes, because every time they actually reset an anime, they never really necessarily do that. But like I said, in episode 4, like I said, Beware's presence was actually more prevalent, but Rowlet was actually the main star of episode 4, because, like I said, Ash was still trying to capture Pokemon, but he couldn't really find any, as he was still trying to capture, I would say, some Pokemon in the forest, but he really couldn't, due to the fact that, Pikachu was already, like, I would say, tired and hurt from battling so many Pokemon. And I personally think that Rowlet being, I would say, Ash's first Pokemon actually kind of fits it, due to the fact that Rowlet's own style, it's a very eccentric kind of, I would say, Rowlet, due to the fact that the way that it was actually going with its own stuff. It was actually in a clan of Toucanon's family nest, which I thought that was hilarious how Rowlet was actually founded there. But I'm assuming it's because it was hatched as an egg, and Toucanon probably said, oh, I'll just take care of it myself. Like I said, they gave a little story to Rowlet as to how it came to be. But at the end of the episode, you could say that Ash actually captured Rowlet, and Rowlet actually, I like the way that Rowlet went along with Ash, because Ash didn't necessarily capture it. More along to say, Ash let it be who it was, because Rowlet had its own family to take care of. But you literally see Rowlet say, you know what, I'm going to go with you because, you know, my family doesn't really need me anymore. You know, I am my own person, and as such, I would be like happy. Like I said, like that's the kind of vibe that was giving off the Pokemon episode, that Rowlet would be perfect with Ash. But I'm loving the fact that Rowlet is Ash's Pokemon, because, you know, to me, it seems like that's a fan favorite. And even if I was playing Sun and Moon right now, I feel like Rowlet would be my starter Pokemon as well if I was playing it right now. Because Rowlet, I've seen Rowlet's evolution, and it looks amazing. I love its last evolution. It's so beautiful. Like I said, it's like it has like an archer type evolution. Like I said, it's very, very, very awesome. But moving on though, about episode 4 though, I kind of was a little eccentric also with Beware, as they kind of made it seem like Beware is actually like a human killer, and it was actually gonna kill Jesse James and Meow. But it just seems that it just wanted them to like actually eat its food. Like kind of gave up like a Winnie the Pooh or kind of like a Grimm's Brothers fairy tale vibe off it. But I'm assuming that's because they wanted the viewers to actually be entertained through the episode and make the Pokemon of Viola very entertaining and very eye-appealing itself. But it seems that Beware probably might be more prevalent in the later episode, because he was there for since episode 1. So I'm wondering if this same Beware is going to be caught by Ash or some other Pokemon, because remember, this is a strong arms Pokemon, so we don't know if it's gonna be caught by Ash or some of the other island natives themselves. But like I said though, yeah, this episode was good in a sense, but it was outshined by episode 3 in my opinion. It really was. But that's it for today's episode, guys. Like I said, I enjoyed episode 3. I love Mimikyu's presence, and I can't wait to see more of Mimikyu giving its own dark humor. It's like a gothic version of Jesse and James' Pokemon. Like, I swear, it's so hilarious, and I'm loving the fact that it's actually strong too, and I can't wait to see more of his presence. But let me know down in the comments below as what are you guys' thoughts on the Pokemon episode itself. What was your favorite episode? And like I said, mine was episode 3. Hands down, guys. And as always, guys, that's it for today. But let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you guys want to see more Pokemon anime discussions as well. Like I said, this is a new thing, since I haven't really seen the Pokemon anime as much since, I would say, Diamond and Pearl. From then I kind of stopped watching it after I was entertained. But I want to see Pokemon Sun and Moon because of the brand new Pokemon that are involved. I was entertained, and I'm getting entertained nonetheless. But like I said, if you guys enjoy my content, give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Pokemon anime Sun and Moon discussions. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day. But this is Mr. Zen, signing out.